the owners of big businesses, etc., etc.
Absolutely right.
They're not.
But fortunately, tomorrow night, and this is a shameless plug, they can watch, and they will all be tuning in at 5:35, they can watch Britain's Big Wildlife Revival on BBC One and see the light. They can convert, thanks to people like Bill and many other, Nick Baker who's here and many others, they can convert to the light side. But Bill's absolutely right, it is scandalous that our politicians and civil servants and all sorts of people have allowed it. Please watch Yolo Williams' stuff on YouTube. He's had a go, hasn't he, at them? And there's a terrible thing out there where people should care about nature and somehow they're blind to it, and we've got to convert them. We've got to stop pussyfooting around there. We've got to get out there and convert people. We've got to be like evangelical Christian preachers. We have to go out and convert people to nature. I'm serious about this. You converted Kerry, cool rock guy.
Well, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone.
Exactly.
And it really is, I think, that's what I love about what you're doing at the moment, Bill. Because you're going out there and being angry, but angry for a reason. And there is nothing wrong with being angry with some of these corporations and these businesses. They're actually making token gestures that really need to be pointed out to everyone. And I think what you're doing is absolutely admirable. And I loved all the stuff that you've been up to. As John Lydon said in Pill, anger is an energy, and sometimes if you channel it right, you can make really interesting things happen. And I think we need more people standing up for nature, standing up for things they believe in, and standing up for things we all care about. And that's what Birdfair always does every year. It reminds all of us of these important facts.
All I need to add to it is a couple of dollops of Stephen's optimism. Anyway, I can do
together. I was the optimist, and he wasn't.
No, I wasn't.
But it worked very well.
Yeah, but I do feel in general, that's the problem personally that I do have. I can be angry as hell and so on and so forth, and I try and be more articulate than I used to be, which, as people on this stage who would remember from a few years ago on the Birdfair, I was capable of being very unarticulate, or at least peppering my language with ripe swearing. There was a lot of it. I got banned, basically. I got banned. They took me aside and said, we can't have this, And but I say the optimism is the thing I wish I could buy. If somebody could convince me somewhere that it is going to be, well, all right, it's going to be better, and so on and so forth. Things make a difference. It's no good taking it gently. Those people who run the world are not gentle. They're not just going to listen to, the bankers, the money makers, the crooks, because there's a lot of crime and corruption involved, I'm afraid, in wildlife issues all over the world. There's plenty of people here, if you're coming in tomorrow, from various organisations. Go and talk to people from League Against Cruel Sports and others, and you will get a picture which is pretty terrifying. But at the same time, don't just ignore it. See what you can do,
Okay, well, I think all of that's true, and what I'd like to do now is... We have another very interesting guest who's coming on, which Tim and Martin didn't know till the last minute was appearing. And that's Marco Lambertini, who's the CEO of BirdLife International, who'd like to come on. We'll need to get him on the right. Hey, Scotland. Hi, Marco. Come and sit down. Red or white, sir?
I'm strictly red.
Strictly red. Okay, here's a strict red.
While you're pouring the wine in my glass, I have to apologize because I'm coming here doing the serious, some would say the serious part, some others would say the boring part. So apologies in advance, because with this distinguished group of comedians and British gentlemen, I would look really, really boring. So anyway, I'll try my best, and I promise you, I assure you, I'm a funny guy actually, but it didn't give me a chance to show my talent tonight. Maybe next time.
I'm going to do a 10-minute stand-up first.
In Italian, maybe.
Man walks into a conservationist. Is that the one thing? But what we're going to do is we're going to play a film that BirdLife have done which is a kind of a thank you to Birdfair, and we're going to play this. This is actually video number 1, I believe. So if you've got it in the back, please feel free to press play now.
Lucky mouse.
They call it Harapan, the forest of hope, one of the richest tropical rainforests on Earth. A refuge within the most threatened forests of Asia. BirdLife partners are working together to restore and conserve whilst ensuring traditional lifestyles and livelihoods of the indigenous people there. We are pioneering a new way of conservation using the world's first forest restoration legislation, a model for a sustainable future. Harapan, a true forest of hope.
In the remote waters of the Southern Atlantic Ocean, we are tackling one of nature's least known crises. Hundreds of thousands of seabirds drown each year on fish hooks, needlessly. So we formed an albatross task force, spending months at sea working with local fishermen, testing and finding solutions that are good for birds and fishermen. Our work is keeping albatrosses off the hook.
The people and wildlife of the Sahel are living on the edge. Their fates are interwoven. It's complicated. Many countries, many sites. We're working together to protect natural resources and to create a better future for both people and wildlife. Just as in Harapan, the Southern Oceans and Burkina Faso, every day on every continent, our partnership is taking local action for nature and for people.
I'm Steve McElroy, I'm the director of BirdLife on Malta. In 1989, the Birdfair donated this money towards our campaign to stop illegal hunting of birds on the Maltese islands. Over the last few years, we've made a lot of progress, but we continue to try to stop illegal hunting under EU law. Congratulations to Birdfair on 25 glorious years. I hope it continues forever.
En 2003, Birdfair a appuyé la conservation des 2 zones humides fragiles de Madagascar. En effet, une convention a été signée et menée avec la population locale de ces 2 sites. Récemment, ces 2 zones humides ont reçu le statut temporaire de conservation et ces 2 sites vont devenir des aires protégées. Birdfair a aussi aidé notre organisation de se développer, qui s'appelle ACIT Madagascar. Merci Birdfair et félicitations pour ces 25 ans de conservation.
In 1992, BirdLife received support for its Spanish STEP campaign. With this support, we were able to raise awareness about this important habitat, establish a STEP reserve, and promote STEP protection. Now, many STEP areas are protected in the EU Natura 2000 network. Thank you, Birdfair, and congratulations on your 25 years supporting international conservation. Well done.
just a few words. I hope you enjoyed this short video. First of all, I have to say no money was spent in doing this video because this is just an adjustment of the corporate video we just created recently. But we realized that actually the three examples that we picked to portray our impact globally as BirdLife International Partnership were actually three projects that the Birdfair funded in the first place. And so we thought that it was a perfect way to actually tweak it in a very cost-effective way and present it today, the 25th anniversary of the fair. But I hope the video will also communicate two things. First of all, I think the sheer scale of the challenge, that, of course, you've heard it before, and I know you're aware of for sure. And secondly, the fact that, as is seen in the footage, it's not just anymore about birds or about wildlife or about natural environment. It's more of all about people. And the people component, particularly the local community component, is increasingly playing a crucial role either to succeed or to fail in our projects. And so that's why it's increasingly an important component of what we do. And finally, I think the fact that we work together and we do make more of it than just working alone. And I think, the BirdLife Partnership concept is all about togetherness, is all about joining forces, experience, resources, and the Birdfair has been an absolutely fantastic catalyst of all this over the last 25 years. So, plenty of gratitude.
You and I met earlier today and we were chatting about what you felt that Birdfair does for conservation. I'd love to recap those thoughts that you had and how you feel about it.
I told you it was boring.
It's not, it really isn't.
Absolutely. So, can I say bluntly that what they do for conservation in the most direct way is obviously the financial contribution they give to the partners of BirdLife. The money that the Birdfair produces every year and they go to the BirdLife partners in each country that benefits according to the project of the year is absolutely invaluable. And it's invaluable for a number of reasons, but I will mention only two. The first one, because it's a flexible amount of money that we can discuss on a regular basis with the fair organizers and adjust as it is needed. But also because very often these projects are kickstarting initiatives, ideas and programs that are very difficult to fund elsewhere. They are ideas that we think we see potential for, but actually it's very difficult to raise funds for. And the Birdfair has the vision, has the passion, has the understanding of the conservation issues, has the sophistication of understanding the potential, and this money have actually invested in a small project that now, after a few years, have become key initiatives of the whole BirdLife partnership. And the three ones you've seen in the video are three very good examples of that. So flexibility, but also in a way the strategic understanding of the value of investing at that point in time in that particular country, in that particular partner, on that particular issue.
What would you say about your relationship that you have?
Well, for me, it's just it's fantastic that we're given those opportunities in a way because if you think back 25 years there, we were sat in the pub crying in our beer, thinking there's nothing we can do about it. And indeed, there wouldn't have been anything we could do about it without the BirdLife partnership because it doesn't matter how much money you raise unless you've the means of making it happen at the other end, then it'd be utterly pointless. So I feel really privileged that we've been able to work with so many fantastic people all over the world, and it's a great opportunity, not from just the Birdfair point of view, but I think everyone in this audience should really feel proud of what they have been able to help make happen.
So, well, you talk about getting through to the other end and what have you. We've got someone here tonight who works on one of the projects. It's Alberto Campo, who's here from Brazil. And of course, you did a lot of work with the Araripe mannequin. So, Alberto, would you like to come up and say hello in a few words? So, Alberto.